Hello everyone, welcome to Sharmit. In this session, we will discuss about another few types of input tag that we can utilize along with HTML forms. Okay. Prior to this session, we have already discussed various types of form that we can use with uh, HTML forms, right? So this session is in the continuation of the same, where we will talk about two more types of input fields, which is hidden and radio. Okay, both are very important fields, and there are various numerous of scenarios where we are supposed to utilize these two types of input field in HTML coding, okay, or in a website. So I think now we are good to start the session, but before we start the session, I would recommend you to please go and check out the previously released sessions first, because these all sessions are in proper sequence and sync. So if you follow them sequentially, then it would be really very easy for you to understand the ongoing topic. Okay. So now I think we are good to start session, and here you can see we have just noted down the basic HTML structure so far, which shows one comment which is showing the presenter name, a topic name, note, and then we have one heading which is showing HTML by texture myth. So these are the only thing that we have specified so far. Rest thing we will add from scratch. Okay. So let me show you the output first. So if I do save and refresh my browser, the output is coming like this: HTML by texture myth. Okay. Now what we are going to do, we are going to talk about the actual syntax. So here I will write firstly heading, because we are going to talk about the types of input field. So types of input field in HTML forms. Okay. So, and one more thing, like it is not always mandatory that we are supposed to use input fields in HTML form. You can use them outside of HTML form as well. Okay. So we have just added one heading. So if I show you the output, it is coming like this: types of input field in HTML forms. Now what we are going to do, we are going to create the form. So for that we will use form tag. In this form tag, firstly we are supposed to provide the action type. So let me add action here. Action. Here we can write action. Let me re-add this thing. So you can add tag again, form. Yes. So now in this form we can provide action. Yes, action. Okay. And here we are supposed to provide that web page name which where we want to navigate the program flow, or you can say the once the user click on submit button for the form, it should collect the data and move to this form, this particular page, whatever we are mentioning here. So let's now add tspgm10 here. After that we can save it and then simply write the main logic of the program. So here I will write heading. I think we can make this one as a heading 2, and give me a moment. Let me add. Yes. So now what we will do, we will add the third heading, which is h3. Here I will mention input field type radio. Okay. So we are going to talk about input field type radio. So for this type, let me add one button first, because then we will be able to submit the data. Okay. So let me add button here, button. Okay. And here I'll write submit, and the type of this button is also submit. So let's specify it. Okay. Fine. Now if I show you the output as of now, it is coming like this: input field type radio and submit button, but we have not added input field yet, right? So let's add it. So to add the input field, you can use input tag as simple, and there is no closing tag for input. So you can simply write here type. In type we will mention radio, and then we are supposed to assign the name. So let's assign name, and here I will assign the name as maybe gender. Fine. And then we are supposed to provide the value. So for example, male. Okay. So this is the input field that we have added. So if I save it and refresh the browser, it will come like this. Okay, now the next thing is that we want to assign some label to it, because it's just simply coming with a pointer which user can select, but which value user is selecting. To make it clear, let's add one label here. So just add one label tag with opening and closing, and here I will specify mail. Okay, now simply save and refresh it, so you can see now it is coming like this. Perfect. Now as we are talking about the radio button, so there should be at least two options. So let's another option here. So I'll simply add another label, and this time we will mention it as female, and input type. So just simply write here input type radio, name, gender. Okay, why I'm assigning both types as same name? Because in radio button we are sure that yes, we want to select either a male or a female option, not both, right? But if you want to select both, or maybe but if we are talking about radio button, there is no need to select both, right? For that we have checkbox, which we have already discussed, right? Fine. So now let me add value here, and here I will put female. Clear? Remember one thing, when we click on submit, this is the actual value which will be passed, not this. Okay, so sometime what happens, like we made a mistake, like we put something else here, and in value we put something else. So it will transfer only this value, doesn't matter what you are writing here. Okay, fine. So if I do save now and refresh the browser, now you can see, let me change, let's make it as capital F. Okay, so after that, something is wrong. Yes, save it and refresh the browser. So now you can see, let's say if I select male and click on submit, so you can see on next page it comes with the data, gender is male. Likewise, if I select female and click on submit, this time it is coming with female. Okay, but here you can select only one option at a time. Okay, but let's say if there is any requirement where we are supposed to add two types of option choice, first is for gender and second maybe for books or for any reason. So in that case, if you want to allow that, let me save it with different name. Now in this situation we can select both option, but for a pair of choice there is no need to provide different name. Okay, because for sure we are going to select either male, a person can be either female or male or maybe transgender or other option, so that all option you can specify here. But for time being, we are just providing the same name because this is what we are supposed to do. Okay, now we discuss, like if I select this option and click on submit, it will take me to this page with a gender as male. Okay, now let's talk about the another field which we are going to talk. So H3, input field type hidden. This is very important, one of the important field. Why? Because there are some scenarios in project where we are supposed to transfer some values, but we don't want to show it on user screen. Okay, so let me add heading here. Not yes, add heading we have already added, so let's add input field. Here I will write type. In type I will mention it as hidden value 1 2 3 4 5, and name should be there, so I'll put it as name hidden code. Clear? So let's save it and refresh the browser. Now some of you might be thinking like it is not showing any kind of field. Yes, that's why it is hidden. So hidden field is not visible. We are just showing you the topic name by adding this heading. Otherwise there is no way to indicate like where the hidden field is. Okay, but if I select this option, it doesn't matter if you select this or not, but if let me select, because we are talking about two fields, so I'll just select it this mail and click on submit, and you can see hidden code is moved as 1 2 3 4 5. That means field is existing but it is not visible on the screen. Okay, so this is the advantage of using hidden field. Okay, so I hope these both type of input fields are clear to all of you, and these both are very important for the project purpose. So I hope today's session is clear. In the next session, we will discuss few more things. So thank you for watching TechSharmit.